Hey guys, Tyler here. Throughout the years, I talk about the importance of the separation of church and state, and more recently, last year, I donated to the organization that is known as the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and pretty much they're basically a lobbyist group that actively enforce the First Amendment throughout the country to actually demonstrate that I actually did in fact donate to that organization. Here are some stuff that came directly from the mail from that particular organization towards me. Now, this is actually a card that actually says thank you for actually donating to that particular organization right there. Another kind of memorabilia that I actually received directly from the Freedom from Religion Foundation is actually this newsletter right here that goes about current events about the issues of the separation of church and state. And so I actually do, in fact, appreciate the hard work and effort from organizations like the Freedom from Religion Foundation, largely because separation of church and state is very much an important issue. However, more recently, starting on December the 26th of last year in 2024, there was a humongous controversy with a biologist, and his name is actually Jerry Coyne. And basically, for those who have no idea what exactly is Jerry Coyne, throughout the years, he made plenty and plenty of videos talking about the importance of evolutions in association with the Freedom from Religion Foundation. And then he was also one of the chair people directly within that particular organization. And more recently, he published an article that is called Biology is Not Bigotry. And without being notified, his article was actually taken off directly from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. And since then, he actually left the organization together with Stephen Pickner as well as Richard Dawkins because of their actions against him. It is no surprise that the whole entire issue about what exactly is a woman is a very heated and controversial topic among people, no matter your background on this particular case. Because there are two sides to the coin when it comes down to the issue. Now, the first thing that I identify when it comes down to this particular issue are people who are biological determinists. And what exactly do I mean directly by the whole entire term biological determinists? The main reason why I classify them as such is because they will argue and say that being a woman is largely defined by the chromosomes that a person actually has. So a woman would have XX chromosomes, or in some cases like triple X chromosomes, that actually defines somebody as a woman. And also, they will make the argumentation that basically the gametes is also like another determination on how exactly somebody is a woman. Or, of course, the issue of a woman having a vagina and also a breast. That's how it actually defines a woman as a woman. Whereas somebody who is like, part of the whole entire issue of like the social sciences will argue that trans women are women and that basically as a person identifies as such, that's why they're a woman. And so this whole entire conversation has been really heated throughout many years. And of course, people have their own separate camps on this issue. There's no sort of question about that. What I don't necessarily understand is why exactly they went out their way to try to cancel an article just because it might have some sort of viewpoints that people may not like. Because the article in question that Jerry Coyne actually wrote was in direct response to another article that was published directly by the Freedom from Religion Foundation, in which they make the argumentation that a woman is how somebody identifies as a woman, and the article in return that was done by Jerry Coyne was actually a rebuttal on why exactly he disagrees with that idea. And so a biologist will have a different conclusion about that whole entire issue in comparison to somebody who takes the ideas of social sciences more seriously than biology. And so I don't understand why exactly would you cancel an article just because there might be potential people upset by a different conclusion than you have. Because again, freedom from religion is actually a free thought organization. And one of the key components of free thought is actually having your own personal conclusions based upon the evidence that are given towards you. How exactly can you call yourself a free thought organization while not allowing other people to have their own personal thoughts and conclusions on really hard topics about particular issues like sex and gender? You cannot say that you're for free thought, but don't actually allow free thought to actually occur. And so instead of actually canceling somebody just because they have a different conclusion than you do, you need to actually be a mature adult and debate the whole entire issue in a live stream or some sort of private messages. That way you can actually have a better understanding where that person actually is coming from instead of trying to cancel somebody's article. That's the thing. But also another issue that I find so incredibly troubling, right, is that if you don't actually agree 100% of somebody else, they will call you a transphobe for not simply agreeing with, of course, I guess, their particular ideas. Just because somebody may disagree with your own personal conclusion about that particular issue does not necessarily therefore mean that they hate people just because they're transgender. It's entirely possible for somebody to be in favor of trans rights issues while also saying, you know what, there's also a biological component about this, and that's why I don't agree with your ideas. It's entirely possible to be in the middle ground. You could actually acknowledge the biology while also be in favor of trans rights. So I don't think having people using phrases like transphobe actually helps out the whole entire discussion on this particular matter. So, in conclusion, I think the best way to actually deal with issues like this is to talk things out. Don't call people names. Don't try to cancel people because they disagree with you. Just talk things out. And that way, we can probably find the truth directly in the middle. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see you guys next video.